We got assistant director and producer, known for films such as Oxtail and Anime, See Airy the Kid, Sex Slave, and Black Teen America, Create or Destruction. Want to give a big shout out for my man Emmanuel Nkolo. Sound right?
That's some good research, man.
That's pretty good.
That's fairly good. That's really good.
Word. That's what I want to hear, bro. So let's start from the beginning. When you started doing film?
I guess there was like two phases of my life, right? There was the side of me that was making like funny videos and stuff with my friends, probably like high school, and then I put it away, and then I didn't jump back into film till my senior year of college. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be a hobby the whole time, but the corporate life wasn't really my thing. So I ended up quitting like within 6 months after graduating college, and then I've just been in film ever since.
So what, you went to school here?
Yeah, Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State. Okay, that's up the road. Up 75, right?
Yes, sir.
Or Kennesaw State. So you never went to school for film?
Nah. So I went to school for information systems. Had a minor in ISA, so it's like almost like cybersecurity and marketing. So it was computers and business. That's all I knew.
That's actually a pretty good field, though, bro. Yeah. That's the way of the world. Technology. With how everything's going nowadays, computer. That's really the wave.
Yeah.
So let's get straight to it, bro. Let's get to the. So I really want to have a real conversation, and and I want to talk about the film industry. I know back in Carolina where I'm from, it's a real small knit group. You know what I'm saying, of people who do film. So talk about the film industry in Atlanta, and like is it a big industry? Is it small? Is it a certain knit group of people? Because like I said, where I'm from, it's a very small circle. Like everybody know everybody. If you're doing something, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna you know somebody who worked with somebody on some type of some type of job. So give me a rundown of the industry around here.
The film industry in Atlanta is actually, it's still small compared to like your LA and New York. But technically, film in Atlanta wasn't really big until Tyler Perry was on the scene. So the Tyler Perry, Medea movies that we all know, like that's really when Atlanta started becoming like bigger. So like the 2009 and forward, Marvel started doing their thing in Atlanta, filming down here, and then it was really up from there. But honestly, a lot of people from LA started flying out here shooting movies because it was a money thing. It was cheaper to shoot out here, and then but the problem was they would always shoot here and then fly back. There wasn't really like jobs in Atlanta for real. So the major studios that we had down here, it was just quick projects. So now I would say the community in Atlanta is still very small, but like if you worked on enough projects, like people. If you keep coming around, you're gonna know who you're working with. But it's still now big enough, or it's getting bigger to where you're meeting a lot of new faces. A lot of people are moving out here, so it's kind of like in the middle.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. With film, to you, what is filmmaking to you? Is it a passion thing, or is it just it's a job that you just can't. It's a hobby you fell into, and then you found a way to get some money out of it, right? So now at this point, is it just a job, or is it still something you love to do?
I think it's one of two things. Well, really one of three things. It's definitely one of the things that I love to do. I'm just an artist, honestly. I make films, I DJ on the side, but like outside of that, like I just like to create things. So it's a hobby for sure. Making money is a beautiful thing because I've spent enough time to where I learned the skills to really like maximize the amount of money that I can make, and then nitty gritty wise, I see it as a responsibility, with like representation, getting more people like us on camera. So, yeah.
What do you consider yourself? Like, are you? I know it got producer, assistant director, but what do you consider? Like, if you could have, if someone asks you, "Hey, man, what do you do in the film industry?" What's your answer? Just one answer.
I tell people I'm a director, which is very unique because there's a lot of hats you can wear with that. Because some people write and then they direct. Some people produce and then they direct. So I wear a producer hat a lot, but then also in tandem, I'm directing a lot too. So yeah, I tell people. Actually, I changed that. I tell people I'm a producer. I think that's probably where I'm at now in my career.
Okay, so you're a producer now.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing so? Are you just doing films only, or are you doing like I know because you said you're creative. I think if I'm not mistaken, I seen you on like a music video set on your page and stuff, right? So
Hmm.
are you just doing video? Are you doing music videos and films, or are you doing both? Like which one are you doing more of?
Um, I think I just go wherever I'm called to. I think that's really what it is. So,
Mm,
but I've narrowed it down. I've learned how to specify what I'm trying to do.
right.
Music videos, commercials, films, like those are like the three things that I stay in, and I don't really do anything outside of that.
Music videos, commercials, and films.
Hmm.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. All right, so now let's get to it. You know, me, I'm a marketing guy, right? So on my page, I talk about a lot of marketing stuff, marketing tips.
Yeah.
I'm really an advocate for filmmakers, indie filmmakers, because I'm an indie filmmaker myself. And first, I want to ask: do you have any projects that you've done that are solely yours, film wise?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about one.
There's a short film actually that I just shot. I produced it. It's called Fragile.
Mm-hmm.
Short film. I would say probably like 10 minutes long. It's in post production right now,
Okay.
but yeah, definitely an indie project. Definitely something that's the IP is 100% mine. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. So here's my thing with that short film. What do you plan on doing with it? Like, is it just like for a show, or like what's your vision for the short film?
I look at it as a way for me to get back into the festival circuit.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for filmmakers, festivals is to me one of the best ways to get out there. This is very much a non-resume based industry, so word of mouth is everything. So I want to put that project out there in a couple festivals and see what it does. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so here's my thing, right? What if there was a way that you didn't have to go through festivals, like meaning
Hmm.
like you can take your work and get paid instantly off your work, like meaning like okay, like for instance, right? My idea of a festival when I thought about doing festivals, I thought festivals were for you put your film in a festival and you're looking for funding. You're looking for somebody to
Hmm.
possibly pick it up, maybe rewrite it. I mean, remake it. Just,
Hmm.
just make it a bigger situation. So
Yeah.
I've always said, I want to do festivals to, get my name out there. Just the same thing what you said. But as time went on, it's like I'm tired of trying to get validation from another person. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
It's just like too many outlets nowadays to be successful or not. Well, let's use successful lightly because uh, successful is based in the eye of the beholder,
Yeah.
right?
It's subjective
Right.
for
Yeah. So
sure.
let's say what's a good term we could use, bro? Let's say just receiving the ROI on your investment, right?
Okay.
So a return on investment, right? Um, us as filmmakers, I feel as if we don't have to rely on bigger companies to see a return on our investment. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
You
That's
know,
very true.
you know what I mean?
That's very true.
It's too many outlets,
Yeah.
for us to go seek validation from a bigger studio.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's really true. I think it's also not a lot of people really know what their goal is for their project, because it's to your point, it's not that hard to make money off of your project. A
Right.
lot of people really think that you got to go through the ringer to make it to that level where you're getting paid top dollar to make films, but no, anybody could pick up a camera and you can find a way to get paid for it for sure.
Right, man. When Tubi came out, I think Tubi was like Tubi. Tubi showed the world that you definitely can make money off of what I'm saying, anything you put out, anything creative you put out
Hmm.
film wise. It's just the bad part is people don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think a lot of people make films just to say they made a film.
True.
You know what I mean?
And they're losing the art part of it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and but see, no, that's kind of my argument right there. Well,
Mm.
that's one of my arguments. It's
Okay.
like the art is one thing, right? But I think where we failing at, and I say I say the film community, I'm saying as a whole, like
Hmm.
the small guys like myself, I think we don't know the business, right? because we're so worried about the art,
Okay. I get what you're saying.
and that's art is like you said, subjective,
Very,
right?
very, very,
So
very.
just because you don't like something, don't mean the next person won't.
That's true.
So my thing is, as a filmmaker, we need to learn the business. So like for instance, I heard 50 Cent say something. He said he was like, these white guys, big wigs, big white guys and stuff like that, the big companies, just be honest, you know what I'm saying? The companies, they already know where the stuff is going to sell and what market it's going to sell in. They don't even care about the story.
Way before it even gets into production, every time.
Right. and we should think the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People need to be more focused on, okay, who am I making this movie for?
True.
I mean, or say you do an art for you. Where's your crowd at? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, to your point, understanding the business and even down to the marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You as a person, everybody now has a personal brand, right? Digital real estate is king. So, like, what is your personal brand? Who is your target audience? You know what I mean? Because to some people, yeah, understanding, the Tubi market, like, you can make a killing on Tubi just by understanding who it is that's going to be watching your projects, your films. Some people can even make money off of YouTube. People don't understand you can make a lot of bread putting out your projects on YouTube, Vimeo, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and there's a lot of new networks out there that are coming out that if you do enough research, you can get some bread off it too.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Because like I said, man, I love film. I've been doing film for years, man. It's just the fact of, yeah, it's a passion. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, bro, like I would like to see a check coming in every quarter. You know what I'm saying? Off of something that I love to do. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And the sad part about it is it's actually very obtainable than what people think it is. A lot of people think it's out of reach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because a lot of people wait for the opportunity for somebody to hit you up for the project or for the idea or for like a connection to get you to that room that you want to be in. But yeah, I think, a lot of people can produce projects in a way where you can make your money back, if not, and more. I think a lot of people really should start thinking about like, all right, if this project costs me this much to make, let's find a way to at least make that money back.
Right.
You know what I mean? If more people started thinking like that, I think the profit that you make on the back end afterwards, it'll be however much tenfold. You know what I mean? Just because you're focused on at least finding a way to get some sort of money from that.
Right. Coming up with like an actual full marketing strategy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure.
But let's get off the business topic for a second, right? And I wanna talk about on set. So let's talk about on a film set. What's the pet peeve, bro? Like on a film set, like what's something that just like you like, and I got one too. But I'm gonna let you go first. But what's something that you just like, bro? What? Come on, like you know what I'm saying?
I got a whole list.
Man, give me three top three right now.
I got a whole list. Okay, so it depends. If I'm an assistant director, I hate when people are taking their time, knowing that we got things to do. Let me see. I hate when people ask me where the location is. I hate when people ask me things that are on the call sheet that they should know already if you just open and read the call sheet. Man, this is just a long list of. I can go down a rabbit hole for sure. What about you?
Right. Honestly, bro, I got a bunch of them too. One of my main ones, I think, because I come from a background of not being organized. So now that I am organized, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what are we doing? And then like recently, something we both was on together, right?
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm gonna be real. That shit was like people were there. I was about to curse, but people were there acting like you major big time. You know what I'm saying? But it's so unorganized. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm on smaller sets with less people, but we like this. We sticking to the script. You know what I'm saying? We own time.
Yeah.
We doing what we doing. You know what I mean? But just because let me answer the question.
Okay.
Motherfuckers who think they more than what they are.
So to piggyback off of that, and I guess to kind of offer a rebuttal, one thing that I've learned since then, you always have to kind of understand who it is that you're dealing with too.
Right.
Because I went from that to a bigger project, like a much bigger, like millions and millions of dollars, like
Mm-mm.
project, and I was just like, huh. Mind you, we still had our hiccups. There was things going on. It's
Right.
production. There's always. It don't matter
Right.
where
It
you
ain't
at.
never be perfect.
You could be on a Marvel show,
Right. Right.
on a
Right.
Marvel
Right.
movie, and you still gonna have problems. But um, I was learning that the way that they approach things, the way that they understood things, is
Mm-hmm.
because they're seasoned in working on films. And I think what I learned from that last project was
Mm-hmm.
they were still kind of new to it, so they didn't really understand the lingo and the
Right.
flow of it all too. Because
Mm-hmm.
when I pulled up and I showed up, I was kind of like, wait a minute,
Right.
none of this makes sense. But after a while, I kind of debriefed and I sat down at home. I'm just like, maybe they really know.
Right.
You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
it's a fact. Motherfuckers didn't know. Now, one thing I will say, bro, is I did learn a lot because that was probably, I'm gonna be honest, that was probably like one of the bigger sets I've been on when it comes to that many people. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
I've never everything I've done was always been small with my own production company. So, I had to wear all the hats.
Was that your first time in Atlanta?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So, it was a hell of an experience. I learned to take people at face value.
That's all we have in the industry sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's super important. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's non-resume, so it's like very much,
Yeah.
Word of mouth. Who you are. You better, just learn to back up
Yep.
who you say you are. That's
Yep.
really it.
Yep. And not only that, but you realize that people are gonna be people.
Always. We're
You know
human.
Yeah.
We're human.
People gonna be people, and you can't let emotions get in the way. You gotta understand when to hold your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I learned on that set.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Kendrick. I mean, shit, Kent. You know what I'm saying? My name's Kent on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, be quiet, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta sit back. Sometimes, let it fold out. But it got the best of me because
I understand.
I'm so used
I
to
understand though. I understand why. I would have.
You know what I mean?
If I was in your shoes, I honestly,
Yeah.
I would have been the same way. Because the things that were happening,
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not common,
Right.
And I think to that point, I'll give that to you because
right.
It's one of those where you're just like, wow, okay, well, I'm gonna go figure this out,
Right?
And
Yeah.
we're gonna come back to it. So I understand. Completely.
Especially when it's like, come on, man. It's the last thing I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna move on, but it's like, don't act like you just top of the line, but y'all making rookie ass mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, everything is always, nothing's gonna be perfect, but at the same time, you got to be willing to accept when you're wrong too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Situations.
And I think the last thing I'm gonna say on that, which I think is really, really important, sometimes you need to learn when you're wearing too many hats. True. I do think that, and then some other projects that I'd also dealt with too. There was just certain people that were just wearing a lot of hats, so it was almost like clutching sand. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things that they got to be in charge of that it's hard to be detailed when you're focused on a million things. You know what I mean? Learn to delegate, learn to trust your team. You know what I mean? Make sure everybody's doing what they got to do, so that way you don't have to do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
No, facts. Have you worked on any major sets? Like, what was a major set you worked on? Like, company-wise, production company? Most memorable set that was like, yo, this is it. This is how it need to be ran. This is the one.
Ooh, dang. There's been a few. I would say the one that was the most efficient to me. Crazy enough, it was actually a TV show.
Okay.
It's a show called Johnson. I was one of the assistant directors on that one. Budget wasn't that grand. It was to me, I think it was like a lower budget project in the industry for sure. But it was on Bounce TV.
Okay.
I think it got their seasons are on Hulu now.
Okay.
But man, I think for what the producers were up against in terms of budget, they did a fantastic job keeping it together. I think we were all working for we did seasons 3 and 4 together, so it was like maybe like 4 months almost.
Damn.
Yeah, we were doing a lot, but every single day, especially like my AD team, like we had planned it out, mapped it out to the T. Producers were on it. cast and crew, they were on it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, obviously we had some hiccups, but our ability to bounce back and to figure things out, to pivot. Pivoting is probably the best skill. Your ability to pivot in the industry is the best skill that you could have, I think, to me, because every single day is going to be different. Every day you're going to be putting out a fire. Keep that keep that extinguisher on you at all times. You know what I mean? Metaphorically for sure, but or I mean literally if you got one. But
Facts, not facts.
But yeah. It was fantastic. And then there was another project I had done. It had just come out. It's this Lisa biopic on Lifetime. Yeah, smaller projects for sure. I've been on a few sets, but like that one, those two for sure. For me, I think it was really dope because it showed me like there's a lot that's going on. You know what I mean? Trying to execute a project, and that one was a feature film, but that's one where the cast and crew turn into family after when it's all done. And I thought
Right.
that was really dope. So yeah.
So when we what's how do you feel about collabing with other filmmakers? And before we go, could you collab with another filmmaker and potentially work out? Like, okay, here's my question: why can't filmmakers work together and put the upfront cost to the side and both believe in a project and make it happen, and then invest to where it's a bigger? So meaning like, okay, say for instance, let's use example, me and you, right?
Yeah.
I know what I'm good at.
Okay.
If I tell you, hey man, this is the vision, here's the plan I have, here's the strategy, but I need you to do this, or I need you to do your part, or we go half on it, or we do something where we work the money out on the back end. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where if I got a strategy the first time around, you're gonna have to trial and error the first time around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what would it take to get someone? What would it take to get the indie filmmakers, the guys who have a passion for it but don't understand the business, to come together and work together to get our foot in the business on a bigger, grander things versus working for the bigger companies? You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. I hope I ain't asked that in circles.
No. So I guess if I did hear your question right, the way that I see it, it's possible, but you also, like to what we were talking about earlier, right? Learning to take people at face value,
right?
Understanding what they're capable of, and then understanding what everybody's role would be. Trying to execute a project,
right?
So let's say the two, if me and you, if we had an idea for a script, right, and we sit down and we write out a whole thing, cool. We collabed on the script,
right?
Afterwards, though, when it comes to executing the project, it's a little different because unless you really trust me, you know what I mean, to co-produce, co-direct, everything, you know what I mean, eventually it's going to hit a point where, like, I need to go do these things to execute the project, and you need to do these things, right? And then on paper, when we figure out, like, the back end stuff and everything else, like, it's all like a day by day, like, who does what and this and that and third, but I think it's possible. I just think it's really important in the beginning, before anything is done, to really establish like how you see this working out.
Right.
From front end to back end. So that way when you dive into the project, everybody's moving with the expectations already out versus like being in the middle of the project and then he's like, wait a minute, hold on, Kendrick doing what?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Or like you looking at a shot and you're like, no, I thought we said we were gonna do it like this, and then it's like a whole thing. So yeah, I'm preparation is everything to me. So that's how it sounds like everything.
So I feel as if like making the product. I'm gonna use terms as product. I'm gonna stop using film. We're gonna use product, right? Because everything you do is a product. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get a product. When we create an art is the product. The product goes to the consumer, right? It's the whole thing. So I'm gonna say a product. I think the easiest part is creating the product, right? Because I think the hardest part is doing the business. Because people are always wrapped around the money, right? So here's the thing. I made films before. If it's not gonna hurt me to be there, I'll be there. That makes sense. But if it's gonna hurt me to be there, I'm not gonna be there. So meaning,
I get it.
in my eyes, I've done it before. I
Mm-hmm.
can make a film with just say I'm the camera operator,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're the director, right?
Okay.
You're gonna tell me what to do,
Okay.
right? You got a camera op, a director, you got a sound guy. If we got enough money, a light guy.
Okay.
Those are my four main people.
Okay.
Or you want to call it gaffer, right?
Yeah.
So you got camera operator, director, gaffer, boom guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sound. That's all you need to make a film, in my eyes. And you need actors.
Honestly. I mean, you know,
I mean, having all those other moving pieces there would definitely
Yeah.
make it smoother.
yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? But you can write a script with the intent. You good? Okay, my bad.
Oh,
Okay, my bad.
for sure.
All right, you can pull off doing a. You can literally write you can literally write a script to where it's not that many locations. You can write it to where it's as much as free stuff as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything you need, probably an Airbnb, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's ways to. I feel like to me because I've done it before.
There's ways around everything.
Right. I've made a film with just me and look, bro. I'm gonna hold the camera, bro. All right, now you hold the camera. Hey, can you come in for a second? Hold this camera. It may not have been the best angle, but we got it done.
Start. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I feel as if we got a group of talented people who all, because I feel like with 4 people you can come in better. You'll do better with creating a film with just 4 people versus doing it with a bunch of people. And when I say creating a film, like say for instance, you can get actors, man, for like $100 a day.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
I've seen people do films, bro, like in 3 days, 4 days, like
Definitely.
one location films.
Definitely. You can minimize everything just to execute the project.
Right. But here's the thing: as long as it look good and it sound good, there's a market.
It's still
for
a film.
It's a market for it too. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people need to. I want people to understand that.
What was the movie I was thinking of? Snow in the Bluff.
That shit was horrible.
Bro? Yes. I still think it deserves an Oscar. That shit was good as fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Respectfully.
But the way you see how it was shot though.
Oh, it was terrible.
It made millions.
Exactly. But it was like, to your point, there's a market for everything. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Somebody out there like has enough. Like if you have taste, you could tell that it's like it's done with good intention. You know what I mean? And people will watch something all the way through. Shatas was like an older film. There's a lot of older-esque movies. But yeah, no, Snow on the Bluff is definitely my reference to what you're saying.
Right.
Like it's just people with a camera shooting.
Man, and
That's
listen,
literally it.
here's the thing. I can watch a Canon DSLR movie if it looks good and it sounds good.
If the story's great, I'm tuned in.
But see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, everybody's story not the same. I mean, I like the story, but
For sure.
you know,
Well, I guess to your point about quality,
The
you know what I mean?
product.
Like, if the story is good,
right?
I'm not trying to expect a big drone shot or your fire breathing dragon in VFX. Like, you know, if the story is good, I'll sit there and watch it. I want to see how it ends.
Right. And that's fact too. And but see, that's my thing too. Like I was telling another guy, who I do like we be talking like this and stuff, right? And I was telling him like, look, bro, you got to get away from because I was telling him, it's a bunch of people who want to collab with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have scripts. And he's like, well, what if the script not good? But you gotta get away from this. Like, who cares if the script is good? But we don't care about that. We just want quality sound and quality visual because we have to start looking at our films and the films we create as products. You know what I'm saying? To get to the consumer, we're too focused on the art, which is nothing wrong with the art, bro.
Yeah.
You must be that's the whole point of film.
I think there's a fine line though. Like to your point, we're so focused on, well, I would say the lower level creatives, right? If we're not doing like big studio projects, right? The indie creatives, a lot of us are focused on trying to make mind-blowing, life-changing, Oscar award-winning work. You know what I mean?
Who is that appeasing to though? Is it the consumer or is it the validation?
It's still to me, I think it's in the beginning, it's the validation, right? Because everybody wants to individually get the accolades and be the big Hollywood person, you know what I mean? But when it boils down to it, though, right? If we take away the goal, right, which is to be like maybe an Oscar winner, Emmy winner, whatever, and just focus on just getting a project done, putting it out, and making money, and looking at it from a business standpoint, you might flip something and turn something into the next Tubi. You know what I mean? You
Right.
could probably cook up your own streaming platform or whatever just because now you look at it as product versus trying to be Picasso.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's really, who you are as a person and what you want. You know what I mean? Some
Right.
people are cool with being starving artists.
Right.
But other people who are in it also to make the money, I do agree they should start looking at it now more as like, how can we make money in the world where everything's on the internet and there's millions of dollars on the internet.
Right. And my main thing is, like I said, people just chasing that validation, bro. Like, because it's a company that's sweeping up every independent film in Carolina, right? I'm not gonna say the company's name because I don't want to start drama, right? But it's a company sweeping up everybody's projects, right? And they're taking it and putting it on Tubi and making millions, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at what point are we going to? Because that was my problem for the longest. You know how many projects I've done that I scrapped because I didn't like the way it sounded.
I've been there. That was my first. That was my first ever film.
Like, bro, I've done so many short films. I mean, like, people who watching this shit, bro, they'll tell you. Like, I've done so many short films.
Yeah.
I would never put them out because in my mind was first impressions everything. So I didn't. And my mind was hooked on. I'm gonna go to the festival. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be a award win
and do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then somebody's gonna pick it up, and then you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that shit don't work like that. To me, I mean, it probably does. It sounds good, but think about how many of people.
I was just about to say, there's millions of filmmakers out there that be doing every and anything to make it. So you're fighting against millions of people across millions of film festivals, trying to get seen by the select few, the 1%.
Right.
You know, versus sitting down and just focusing. But to your point about, making the money on Tubi and to doing all these things, like, a lot of people really should start understanding the film industry like it is in the music industry.
Right.
It's to me, I think they're so identical that it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, let's say if you're an artist, right? A label comes through, a smaller label, they sign you, but they flip your stuff to a bigger label. Now a bigger label, maybe let's say like a Sony or like a Atlantic, like now they own your rights, your masters, your publishing, you know what I mean? And you thought it was all under one thing, so what is being an independent artist then? You know what I mean? What's being an independent filmmaker?
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, if they take the time to study the business side of everything, you could maximize everything tenfold.
Yeah, you're right. But then, like I said, like I kind of get to why, like, it's a good. All right, I'm gonna be real. That's why I'm here for. I'm here to have real conversations. It's a good thing everybody don't want to know the business.
Oh, it's more for me.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can talk about
it for me.
But so it's like, I want to bring awareness.
Yeah.
Like, yo, get on your job. Like, you don't need a big company, but if you want to keep making films and just love it and just want to do it and be my guest.
For sure.
I mean, I need you.
I mean, you even doing all of this, you know what I mean? You're doing your part to make sure people that look like us at least have a chance.
Right.
People hear it, cool. It's up to them if they really want to take the initiative, for sure.
Right.
That's how I look at it. But yeah, I think more people really need to spend a lot more time looking at, or people need to ask more questions.
That too, but people don't know what questions to ask.
Very true. That's very true. Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I pay for all my knowledge and I'm not giving it out for free.
I'm a YouTube University kid, and I'm also very trial and error.
Yeah. And that's bro, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit, right? Everything is on the internet for free.
Yeah.
Any question you want to know is on the internet for free. You have to know the right question to ask.
Literally.
Google, Siri,
ChatGPT now.
Well, I think ChatGPT's what? It's a little outdated. It's like 2021, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There's a couple more options now, but even still,
Still, for sure. Like, but any question you have is on the internet. You just got to know what you're asking.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So
that part. Be intentional about your questions.
Yeah, that too, man. And like I said, just knowing what to ask, man. This is real good, bro. We got about 15 more minutes, man. I'm gonna try to get you the whole drive.
You good. Let's do it. I'm here.
Last 14, man. Trying to bait Twan. Give me something, Twan. You know a lot of shit, Twan. Talk to me. Give me something in the background. What?
I just gotta say one thing because I said something earlier.
Which one talking?
Maybe put a thread out and say it.
What's up?
I gotta say it on the mic.
Come on, get on the mic, Twan. Play. Come on.
No.
Okay, hold on. It's still going. Okay, go ahead. Okay, what you got?
Snow on the Bluff is the Hood's Blair Witch Project. Stamp that.
How you gonna say not
I
hit
ain't
the
even
table
mad
and you
at
hit
it,
the
though.
table though?
I ain't even mad at it though.
Well, y'all said that was the first thing.
Snow on the Bluff is like, bro. Snow on the Bluff to me is like Shakespeare's like, like it's just one of them that's like, you know how we talk about making hood classics and things like that. Like I think the best hood classics are the ones that weren't even intended to be classics in the first place.
No facts. Where did it first come out at?
I don't even remember. I was on the internet and
Bootleg?
somebody was like, yeah, I was like, somebody was just like Snow on the Bluff. It's just funny. And I'm like,
I got a crazy story.
Mhm.
I literally, my DVD man back then, because it was back
everybody
in
at the barbershop, that's where I have my
Brad gave me 10 DVDs for free just because I told him about Snow on the Bluff. He didn't know, and I was like, bro, you gotta get Snow on the Bluff. I'm telling you, the hood is loving it. He came back like, oh, they going crazy. I sold about 200 DVDs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, man. Snow on the Bluff, bro. I think if it was one of those, that's an indie movie. If that was one of those that could make a festival run and then, you know, go to the Oscars, I think it could have done some damage.
But didn't he have like crazy? Didn't he say like he didn't get no money off of it for real, something like that?
I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think he did.
Like, he ain't see half the money.
I put the Blair Witch Project because it was like Blair Witch was supposedly close to like the first of its kind with the running around with the camera.
Yeah.
And for the hood, as far as hood movies,
that was
the first of its kind that did that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that was
it was real
time.
natural because at one point it was believable. All that stuff was like documentary style,
Literally.
like, for real stuff. But down the line, it came out like it was real footage mixed in with they
Mm-hmm.
had to fake some stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like storyline and stuff.
Right, facts. But Snow on the Bluff was like that too, though, right? That was the same way, right? They kind of threw stuff in Snow on the Bluff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was like
Mm-hmm.
They filmed it as if it was like he stole the camera to get
Yeah.
the intro, but at the
Literally.
same time, it was like they said they had edited certain parts and stuff like that. Like I'll tell you this is what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I had the bootleg,
Mm-hmm.
but when they actually put it on Netflix at one point,
That cleaned it up.
they cleaned it up. Some
I know
people's
that.
face were blurred out, like this. It was like people that didn't even want to be on camera.
Oh,
they
yeah.
signed off on nothing, so
Yeah.
they blurred out a lot of faces when you watch it on
That's
Netflix.
crazy.
Yeah.
But
That's
the original
crazy.
was everything.
Bro.
You see everybody's face. I don't watch it with Atlanta dude. He point out people he know, like, yeah, that's so and so. I'm like, oh,
Didn't they shoot that where we shot?
Yeah,
That's where they shot it at.
out there.
I thought so. Yeah.
Out there.
Was it Pittsburgh area or something like that?
It's
Something like that,
where
right?
the Bluff's at? That's on.
Is that what it's called? Is that like the Pittsburgh area? That's what it's called. Okay, yeah.
it's a few different nicknames with Pittsburgh. One of them.
You know what I'm saying?
More.
Because it's a street out there.
Yeah, I just be saying the Bluffs. I just if you know, it's just the Bluffs. Yeah.
The crazy part about it, first got out here, it shows up on the map as the bluff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Google Maps.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it's getting crazy, man. But yeah, bro. I feel like it was a good conversation, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
definitely got some things across. Like I said, my main thing is just I'm like I said, business guy, man. My goal is to start. Is to, you know, because I'm gonna tell you one thing I don't like. Having to get these folks validation for stuff, bro. It's just like and I keep talking about that's like, for instance, YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why I gotta get 1,000 subscribers for you to start paying me? You know what I'm saying?
They want that proven track record.
But why though? But see that's why
That's
Tubi.
because you're under their business.
But see that's why Tubi was so good too though.
Yup.
Because you ain't need that.
Just like TikTok though. You didn't need a whole bunch of things to fit into an algorithm. That's why everybody loved TikTok.
And you know, and my dumb ass not even on TikTok.
TikTok is low key. It's still up. TikTok to me is still up.
I hope I ain't too late. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
to get on it.
I don't think so. Instagram some people are just getting on Instagram. Instagram been around for years.
Kind of just gonna get on Instagram too. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I wasn't doing none of this. I ain't honestly, bro. I didn't start this page until that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I had a bunch of followings from like doing comedy skits and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really care about it like that. But then I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get on here because you know what I mean. I got, bro. I've been dealing with entertainment since 2014, and it was just a lot. At first, I thought I was a rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a lot to cap. Like you had to cap to get where you need to be, and then once you learned that game and got it down pat, you know, it would help a little bit. But then the shit got so watered down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, look, bro, we know what's up. You know, the jig is up. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, yeah, low battery, 10%. Okay, that's on the monitor. Okay, we about to shut down anyway, but
for sure.
but yeah, man, nah, bro, it was a great conversation, bro. My man E-Man here, dog. You know, I appreciate you coming up, pulling up, bro, and just having this conversation with us. And,
yes, sir.
And yeah, bro, it's greatly appreciated, bro.
Hey man, I appreciate you having me, man.
Facts.
This is good for the people.
Facts. No
Sure.
facts, bro. I'm definitely gonna make this make this happen again. But hopefully the next
Definitely.
time around it happen, we didn't worked on something because.
Yeah.
I say, bro,
Overdue.
it's too easy to get this money with it, bro. I just feel like
Yeah.
people just got to come together and really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just figure the business out.
I agree.
You know, like
I
what
agree.
what you want, bro? Like what'll make you happy, bro? Like
I agree.
you know what I'm saying? What'll make this worth your time? You feel me?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? To where we can really put together and because all it takes is a group of what Hov say? Less is more, nigga. It's plenty of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah, it don't take much. I know we already got history doing the other joints. So like, yeah, we sit down, we map it out,
map it out.
and make it make sense.
And like it's all as long as we got that marketing strategy, bro, I'm
That's
telling
it.
you. And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Come with that business plan, that marketing strategy, figure out how you want to do it. Make it make sense. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like, and then a lot of times people too, you gotta come correct. You can't be coming to somebody with, hey man, I got this idea, but you ain't got no proof of nothing. Because a lot of times
Yeah.
there ain't enough. People just saying, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to lose their time. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of
Sure.
people ain't in the building process. I hit one guy up, right?
Mm.
I ain't gonna say his name. If you see this, you know who you are. Hit him up. He's like, bro, I want to fuck with you, bro, but I'm not in the building stage no more.
Dang, that's. Hey, I appreciate the honesty.
But I respect it though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's real. That's real.
You know, so it's
That's
like
real.
you can't do it, but respect it.
It's just all right. Well, cool.
Just put the work
I
in.
appreciate your time.
Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Put the work in, and when I
Yeah.
come back,
We're gonna have a conversation again.
and the offer may not be the same. It may be. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
See, no love lost though.
All
All right, let's go and close it out though, man. But yeah, hey, like I said, man, have my guest here, man, my man Emmanuel Nkolo. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you pulling up, brother.
Already, bro.
It was a pleasure, man.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? Pulling up and rocking with us. Till next time, man. Catch y'all later.
Peace.
That's it, Twan. Yeah, that was cool,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, man.
Yeah, shit, everybody.